Good morning and welcome to this week's Elliott Wave Forex, cryptocurrencies and the indices market. So we look at all of those this week. Hope you all had a wonderful week and you're having a great Sunday. It's a beautiful morning in South Africa, nice sunny day outside, beautiful warm weather. We're ready to look at the market for the week ahead. Okay, so first things first, I think the timestamps are working great. So look on the description of this video. Once it's edited, each and every pair that I analyze here has got a specific timestamp, which means you can, instead of toggling around and navigating around looking for a specific pair that you like, you just click on it and it takes you right where the analysis of that specific pair starts. So that makes it quite a lot easy for you to look. So even if you're doing your analysis during the week, you can just refer back, you just go and click on the pair that you like and it takes you right there immediately. All right, so that works fantastic. So look for it on the description of the video. So all the pairs that will be timestamped there. Right, so our next course is on the 9th of April. Right, so if you're interested in the course, send me an email as per my contact details on the description of the video, and I'll give you all the details. So it's a 1-week course where we give you all the theory for 1 week, and from there for the next 2 years, every single day, we've got mentorship sessions. So these webinars that I do here on Sundays are mostly just an overview of the market. So on the daily basis on the premium group, we go through each and every pair, looking at pairs with the most probable setups, with high probable setups for trading in the next day. So that's what we do. Okay, so somebody's telling me there is no audio on YouTube. Okay, so let me just pause here. Let me just pause on Zoom and fix YouTube. All right, so that's what we're gonna be looking at. I was just talking about the timestamps before I was trying to fix the Zoom issue there. All right, so look out for the timestamps and click there. If you want to know anything about the course, send me an email and you will get the details. So even if you're not ready to join now, just send an email just to get information as to what we do on the course, because I do not have time to talk about the course on this webinar. So I only have 1.5 hours to go through about almost 40 pairs. So talking about the course will just waste the time that we would otherwise have spent on the charts. Right, so that's what you need to do if you need more information on the course. All right, so as always, let's start with Euro US dollar and the dollar index correlation. All right, so I'm going to go through the correlation, and from there I'm going to go into Euro US dollar itself. So here I've got the correlation between the two pairs, and it's on the 4-hour chart. That's what's on the screen right now. So you're looking at the correction there right at the top. There was your parabolic swing. There was your swing high at the top. And now you're getting a 3-wave pullback. But it looks like we're getting another impulse up. And then you're getting this correction here. Okay. So after correction, we'd typically expect a move up. Similarly to what we're having here on the dollar index, this was your parabolic move all the way down, swing low. And you're getting a 1, 2, 3-wave correction in there, and similarly you get this one starting to make this correction here, which would possibly take us to this level. Okay, but not so fast, not so fast. All right, so what have I been expecting all along? I've been saying that we are looking for a long-term sideways consolidation here. So even if this pushes up out of this flag, it may only end up to this level. There's nothing that stops it from going all the way up. I'll show you why I'm expecting a bigger one when you go to the daily time frame. All right, so this can still give you another one like this before it starts going. Similarly, you can get another one like that before it starts going down. So we're still on this long sideways correction. So you can see that the market has not been doing anything from the beginning of January, more or less. From the end of January, it has just been going sideways. Okay, so now let's go in deeper into Euro US dollar. As you know, these two pairs are inversely correlated. So whatever is happening on the Euro US dollar is the complete inverse on the dollar index. So let's go into Euro US dollar. Let's go back to one chart and we look at the daily now. Show you why I'm looking for a bigger sideways correction where we are currently. Okay, I've been showing this chart for the last couple of weeks. So you've got one and a correction, and here you're getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're currently getting this. We actually just completed this 5. Okay, so if that is the 5, we want a 4, and this 4 must be bigger than this one. So that's why I'm saying I want a deeper correction. Why must it be bigger than this one? Because this one is an internal one. This is a bigger one. So this one must be related to that one. So we must get then a 5 to the upside. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is a clear impulse that follows all the rules. So if you're looking for labeling internally, you can label this one like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to focus on this correction 4 here, because the important thing is knowing where the corrections end. And you need to be, like I said last week, you need to be the master of corrections to be able to trade, because the market only trends about 30% of the time. So let's look into that wave 4. I'm gonna go into the lower time frame, 4 hour. Let's go into the 4 hour. All right, so the reason why I was saying not so fast when we were talking about this being an impulsive move up and this being a correction and that this is gonna go up. There is another possibility. And this is what I showed you with the fractals last week. And I just found also that there's a tab that you can actually use to identify fractals much easier. So I wanna bring up all those fractals. First of all, if you remember, I showed you the fractal on the weekly. This is what we use. It's called the bus pattern. You find it under on the left hand side here where you get your risk to reward and all this. So it's called the bus pattern. So that's the one I'm going to use. Right. So I'm looking for this whole pattern. You see, from the top to the bottom, that is the pattern that I'm looking for. Let's remember this is on the weekly. And I'm going to go into the 4 hour. And I'm going to show you a pattern somewhere else, totally different from where we got that one, to show that there's another possibility instead of just expecting a move down. I mean, a move up. There's this one here. Okay, now I can't find the one on the weekly, but we'll find it. So look at this pattern. Last week we showed that this is exactly similar. 1, 2, 3, pull back. 1, 2, 3, pull back. So I'm not gonna do it manually. I'm gonna do it with this bars pattern, where I just come here and I pick it from there up to there, right? So that is our bars pattern over there. So what do we do with this? You see, this happened in this previous wave 4. So now we are coming to project it here where we currently are. This may not be the exact same size, but the pattern should be fractally the same. See, it's exactly the same. All right. So what are we expecting here? I'm gonna switch everything off. I can't switch it off. So I'm just gonna delete everything here that I've got. Let's delete. Right, so okay, it deletes the pattern as well. Just hang on, it's gonna be very interesting. So this is our bars pattern. We're taking it from here. So I'm expecting this similar pattern to happen here, and you can already see that it's starting to happen like that. So possibly not necessarily this big, but fractally the same. All right. Can you see here, if I just move it down a little bit, I just move it down a bit, you can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, this one is coming from another one. It's not from here. And a pullback, and a pullback. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying not so fast as per this going up to this level is because of this. If you look here, we've had a similar situation where we had this move up, see this move up, and we had 1, 2, 3, and then we had this one that looked like it was going to break. This looks like a textbook impulse and a correction that needs to go to the upside. But look what happened. It gave us the move down. So there's a possibility that instead of this one breaking, it actually gives us this move. Remember last week, I've been looking for this move. Which move are we looking for? It is this move that we're looking for to the downside. So there's a possibility here. I'm going to go closer here and see if we're going to get that move to the downside. So we expect both possibilities. That's an alternative count. So we're looking at it fractally and looking at it structurally as well. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off. So you saw how that one works. The bars pattern is actually just a simple way of just extracting the pattern. It's not really doing anything. You extract the pattern and you analyze it yourself. Just answering Abdi's question there. All right, so I'm going to go to the 1 hour now. Okay, let's see if there's any possibility of this going down. So this currently looks like a sell setup. So for the week, for the next week, if this breaks to the downside, you're selling it, but just be careful that it may come back to this level and then we may go to that level. Otherwise, if we don't go to that level, then this will give us that move that we're looking for fractally, and it's going to slow down at some point around there. So you've got two things to look out for in the next week. This, I do not think that it's going to go all the way and test there. It may just do this first before it starts going up. So that's what we're looking for. And this will be giving us this possible regular flat, and then it will go like that. And if that's not the one, then that we are getting that fractal move to the downside. Okay, the fractal move is not supported structurally by the Elliott wave structure in the sequence. Similar to this one as well that I had brought with the bars pattern. It was also not supported by the move by the structure. Okay, so we only saw it later. See this one here, a very nice impulse. This is the one that I was showing you. Very nice impulse, correction, 1, 2, 3 waves. You expect the third wave to go. And if it doesn't go, you would at least expect that you get another one before it goes. But you didn't get any, you get an impulsive move down. Okay? In the end, we actually saw that this was actually giving us an expanding flat here in the middle, like that, giving us a 1, a 2, and then a 3 move, WX, Y. And then we then got the move to the upside. You can see that that move never stopped. See, it kept going, it kept going, kept going. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at in the next week. So look out for both possibilities. Okay. All right. Next one. US dollar CAD. So US dollar CAD is like, it's like magic. So I'm going to show you how we've been trading US dollar CAD for the last year. Okay, just check here. Let's go to the daily first. All right, we're going to the daily. And this is what you need to be good at if you're going to be a waiver. You need to be able to identify structures like this. Anyone can identify the impulse here. If there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anyone can identify it here. But most people run away from doing this complicated stuff. And that is the stuff that you need to be able to do. So what does this look like now? How do you label that internally? Because you cannot leave it because it's complicated. The complicated stuff is the one that makes money. Because once you are able to identify where that correction ends, I'm going to go look at it on the 4-hour. When you are able to identify with it, look at it on the 4-hour, it looks even more complex. But when you've learned the structure, you are able to identify this. So this is how it looks now. It's just the correction. So we looked at this as a 1, 2, 3, and another 1, 2, 3, and another 1, 2, 3. And in between, you've got your connectors, your 1, 2, 3, draw it cleanly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And right here at the top, that is exactly where we sold. And I'm going to show you why we sold there. Because we had a simple W. We had a simple W, X, Y, another X, and then a Z. And then after the Z, we know, the guys in our group, we know we put in 10 lot sizes. Don't quote me on the 10 lot size. Because there's nothing, you won't get any other correction after that. Okay, you may get a Z after, you may sell here on the Y, and it doesn't go and give you a Z. But after the Z, we know that it's going to go one way and one way only. And we've got what we call the magic blue box. I'm going to show you. Obviously not going to show you how we project it and how we do the magic blue box. Just show you how accurate it is. We don't have time to go through all of that now. Let's just bring it back now. So this is that very same structure. Let's look at it here. You see that very same structure that I was showing you? You see, it was before we got the Z. It looked complex. The correction looked very complex, but because we understand how to label it and follow the sequence, we were able to project that we needed to go one more up, 3 waves up, and then come back down. Right, so that was number 1. And then after that, I'm going to show you where we entered. This is actually the last piece, the Z, the 3-wave set that we're looking at. You see the 3-wave set. Okay, so we buy it here, it comes to that level, and then it starts correcting. We are out of the trade. That's 600 pips. That is that WXY, the last WXY. So the first W, the X, we got 600 here. So while we're having that 600, it corrects again. When it corrects, you buy exactly here, and then you get another 600. See, the swing is exactly equals to that. Okay, WXY. And look what we're projecting here. We're projecting that at the blue box, we've got sell orders on the blue box because that's the reversal area. That's projected by FIBS. Okay, we've got sell orders there. And look what happens after that. After that, this is what happens. You get this coming all the way down. Not 1 pip more than the blue box. So it touches the blue box and just reverses. Now you're coming back here. The reason why I want to show you is even that there's a current move that we've traded just like this that is becoming very accurate. So this was the blue box right here. And you can see this was 1,300 pips. 1,300 pips. So now, again, after that 1,300, this pair did this, it did that. And then we projected the blue box. If you click on the video last week, I said we are waiting for a reversal right here on the blue box. Okay? We're looking for a reversal right on the blue box. Look what happened. It just touches and reverses. Why did it do that? We've been going through this chart for the last couple of weeks, forecasting this move and where it will end. Initially, we said if it breaks here, it's going to come to the blue box, and now it has reversed. And now, I actually said last week that if it reverses, you sell it, because even if it does just a 1, 2, 3 waves and start going back up again, you would have made so much money here. Okay, so that's how the blue box works. So now we are correcting again here. It's called 1 hour. Most of this we cannot discuss all of it here. We discuss it in the premium group. So here is just an overview of what we're looking at. So here we've got our impulse move down. You can see that it's where we sold. Some sold it there. So now you're getting a 1, 2, possibly another 3 here before we continue with the move down. So that's what you need to look at on US dollar CAD. Okay. So just to show you some of the things that the guys in the group are doing, and this is not me. Okay, I'll just show you some of the guys. This person has only attended the course last year in October. Let's see if I can find. So that is the one. You see, these were the guys who were selling it. This is not my chart. It's a guy who attended the course October last year. And this guy had no clue when he attended the course. And this is the stuff that he's currently sending now. And as we go through the other pairs, I'm going to show you some of his charts and some of the other guys' charts in the group. Guys that have only attended the course like 6 months ago, some 5 months ago, some over a year ago. It depends on how much work you put in. But this charts actually impressed me because these guys had no clue 6 months ago, and now they're posting some amazing stuff. Look at the entry points here. Look at the entry point in US dollar CAD. You're already in a couple of hundred pips profit. All right, so that's US dollar CAD. So look out for continuation patterns. Something like a regular flat here comes back and retest, and then we start going down. That's what we're going to be looking at. All right, US dollar CHF. So US dollar CHF, we forecasted this move that it's going to go down, but that down move does not look very convincing now. See here, we've got an impulse, and now this is starting to come down slowly. And when it starts to come down slowly, it means we're going to have possible reversal there, maybe another move there, and then it keeps going back up. Because all the chief pairs are currently bullish, so we would expect that this may have this move. So it looks like we've got what we call a V pattern in our group here. Okay. Actually, remove this because that's not structurally correct. We were looking at this to be a wave 4, but it looks too big to be a wave 4 now. Right, so this is what we're looking at. If you're looking at the higher time frames, look at the 4 hour. Look on the 4 hour. This is that correction that we spoke about last week, that it's not complete. 1, 2, 3. It actually completed where we said it's going to complete and reversed. Any correction for downside here will take it down to that level. But for now, it looks like it's not going to go all the way down because it's quite slow. It's going down a little bit slower than we anticipated. So now we're anticipating that this may give us some more continuation with a move like that. Tags, maybe come back down and give us a similar move to this one. Okay. Audi, US dollar. Audi US dollar, I showed this one that this will not go all the way down because last week what we had was this here. We had that, let's get that. Just show where we were last week. Last week we were here. Just cut it there. We were here last week. See, this where we are. Around the 11th, around the 18th. All right, so you see, this looked like it was going all the way down. But if you do not understand wave structure, you think that this is going all the way down, right? But because we understand, I said, wait for this to reverse back to this level because we are now looking at this as a V pattern. So this may come back and retest that level because we're now looking at this as an impulse, a pullback, and now this 3-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, and then that may give us one more down before it actually goes back up. Okay, similar to what we're looking for with all the other US dollar quoted pairs, sideways correction before we get a move up. Right, so that's what we're going to be looking at on Audi. Let's just play everything there. Just go back to where we are. So you see it reversed here, gave us this pattern to a reversal pattern here, made an impulse, but that impulse was short-lived, came back down. It may come back up here. If it does this, if it gives us this move, then we may get one more down before we actually get the move up. And that will just make this one a 1, 2, 3 move. And it will still be the V pattern that we're looking for. Okay, so actually that will be fractally the same as that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, just 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3s before we get the move to the upside. New Zealand. Okay, New Zealand, I want to talk about this pair together with Pound Chief, and for a good reason. So what you need to understand is that the currency market is all driven by the same factors: your CPI data, interest rate, PPIs, economic data, GDP, and all those things. So it is not a surprise that you find that a New Zealand US dollar and Pound Chief have got similar structures. I'm gonna go into look for this in two pairs. On the left-hand side, I'm gonna put in New Zealand US dollar. So when you spend so much time with the chart, you start seeing these similarities. And I think that's the reason why Elliott started seeing these patterns, because he spent so much time with this pairs. So let's look at Pound Chief. I know we're not doing the pound pairs as yet, but I want to show you something very interesting. New Zealand on the side. Okay, we've got New Zealand US dollar, and I'm going to look at it on the daily. Okay, so look at New Zealand US dollar on the side there, and I will look at pound. Pound Chief. Let's look at it on the daily. Let's look at Pound Chief on the daily because you can't see the structure properly. Let's go daily. You will see the exact same structure forming on Pound Chief that we have seen on New Zealand US dollar. This is what happens when you spend time with the chart and the patterns. I think you can already see the pattern when you look at this chart. This is two different, complete different charts. Right? So look at this here. You had a move up and a move down. You had this one here. You had this one here. Here you had this one here. You had this one here. All right, so this one gave you a 3-wave move here. But this one so far has got only 1 wave. You can see this first one started as a diagonal. Similar to what we're having here. This one is starting as a diagonal. I'm going to do the bus pattern just now. You can see this one started as a diagonal here. It pulled back. Similarly here, it pulled back. And then it started giving us this move up. Now, it pulls back here and we're expecting this move. So let's do it clearly with the bus pattern. It's going to take the bus pattern and just project the whole move that is already played out on this one. Right, and project that. Let's copy that and bring it to the side and paste. So I'm just going to clear everything here on this side so we can see the bus pattern clearly. Excuse me. All right, I just have so many things open here. I think that's why it's a little slow, but I want to just delete everything here. All right, so I'm gonna have to pull up the bus pattern again. Let's clear the chart and we project it from here. And I'm gonna take what's on the left. See, there's so much things, so much that we do with the waves theory. So look at this one here. Look at this structure. And tell me if this is not exactly the same. These are two different pairs. What I've done is I've just extracted this piece and put it here. So where are we with this one? This one is only this piece here is this piece here. So we're anticipating a pullback. Okay, we actually already have the pullback. So you see that this goes up with a sharp move. And then after that sharp move, it started correcting there. So we've got a sharp move. And then we're expecting that this will start to correct. And when you start doing that, we're going to get a move down. You see, it's exactly the same structure. Look at this piece here. And you look at how this played out in the beginning there. Fractals. This is how fractals works. Two different pairs, exactly the same structure. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. This is amazing stuff, right? You can see I've already wasted 15 minutes trying to explain this. So we cannot go through each and every pair doing these fractals because they happen everywhere. And I mean, how confident will you be trading this piece now, knowing that it has already happened before? You'll trade this with confidence. So this will possibly correct here, give you an impulse, and it starts slowing down like that. That's what we're going to be looking at. So that's New Zealand. All right, so let's carry on with the rest of the pairs. Market is so interesting. The waves theory is very interesting. All right, so let's carry on. Chief we've done, CAD we've done. Let's do pound US dollar. So as I said, I'm going to show you the stuff that the guys in our group have been doing as we go along with the pairs. So last week, I showed you the structure that I'm looking at on this pair. Let's switch this off and show you the structure. So this looks very complicated until you know what structure you are looking at. So the first one, last week, we said this is a three-wave structure in combination with another three-wave structure, giving us AUDXY. So we were forecasting that this will possibly give us a correction and another one down. Okay, but it looks like it is going with only just one correction. And we said if it's just one correction, then that will be a WXYX, and then we'll be going for a Z. Okay, so if we're going for a Z, then you need to wait for another correction here to take you all the way up to Z. That is if it does not give you, show you the alternatives here. If it does not give you this structure there, which will still be a Y, X, and a Z. So it can come back, tag here, come back down before it goes for a Z. So anticipate both possibilities. How do you anticipate? A corrective structure here, continuation pattern, will tell you that you're coming to tag here. If it gives you an impulsive move back, it's telling you that it's going to come back and retest before it goes. Simple as that. Okay. So because the guys in the group understand that, you can see that the charts, they already send charts with those structures. So I'm going to show you how simple we make it. We don't complicate this. And this one was posted by one of our guys. Let's check here. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think I can find this chart here. Okay, I can't find this chart. Right, so we'll carry on. We'll show you some more as we go along. So let's go to the 4 hour and show you where we bought this. Okay. There was two options to buy this last week. I think last week we were here somewhere before this correction ended. So we said we need this to be a little bit bigger so that if we get this, this will be incomplete, then that will be completed. So essentially what you have is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So this should have ended here. So if that has ended there, if you're gonna get any move to the downside, if this breaks down here, then the next stop will be this one. But it looks very strong to the upside, so it can give you that, and then just come back and retest that top. So that will be the first stop if it gives us this corrective structure here. Okay, that's pound to US dollar. So if it breaks down here, take the trade to the downside and your stop will be there. All right. That's pound. Now let's do the yen pairs. But before we do that, let's do the US dollar ZAR. Okay, US dollar ZAR, no surprises there. I'm just gonna go towards the end. I'm not gonna do the full analysis. US dollar ZAR, we had a 3-wave pullback like that. So we actually forecasted that. So if you get something like this here, you see you already had an impulse. All you need here is a correction and then move back to this level. Okay, so this can either go back for one and then come back down because that will be a flat correction. If it doesn't go, then it means this is all of the correction and it will just go like that. Okay, simple US dollar ZAR. All right, so let's do the yen pairs, US dollar JPY. So I was having a conversation with one of the guys that attended the course in April, asking if I remembered this chart here. Let's look for that chart. The chart that was posted last year. Let's see if I can find. What happened to my charts? All right, so this is the chart that was posted last year, July. As you can see in July, and already in July, we've been forecasting that we wanted to come down to the 106, 105 area. Okay, so this was when we had that 1, 2, 3 here with the blue box. It actually tested the blue box before it came down here. Let me show you US dollar JPY on the daily and what we're talking about. We're projecting the blue box magic there. Why were we looking for this to come back all the way down when we were only here? July was here. After we had this move here, you see we had that coming there, and we said we are looking for this to come back to the 104, 106 area. We're actually looking for 104, 106 area, 104.30 to be exact. We are now around that area now. If I switch this on, we actually have that blue box projected there. But it doesn't mean that it will reverse here exactly. It may get inside the blue box for a while because we are looking for a move like this. When I show you the structure, we're looking for this. So if it gives us an ending diagonal here, that ending diagonal can just enter the blue box. And when it enters the blue box, we'll be waiting for a reversal. And we are waiting for a move like this one because that is an impulse, and all of this for a whole year since 2017 January, it has just been a correction. So this was the impulse, and the impulse that we're going to be looking for is this one. You can see this, how fast this one goes. This is just a matter of 2 months, and this is a year. Okay, so that is the difference, and that is how we project it. So now let's look at this on the 4 hour. Okay, before we go there, let me just switch this off. Looking at this one, the last piece here is 1, 2, 3. We're looking at this now as a running flat. Maybe this is a 4 there. And if this is going to be a 5, it may do this. It does not have to, it can be an impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, right on the 4 hour, you'll see clearly with the internals as well. Okay, so this stuff is very interesting. I spend almost all my time doing this. Right, so 1, 2. If you look at that here, you've got an impulse and you've got a regular flat there. See there? That's 1, 2, 3. It's a regular flat. And we're looking at this as a 3, 4, 5. Internally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this piece here may be the 4 here. And if this is the 4, then we're looking for this to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be the one that takes us inside the blue box. So keep an eye on this sequence here. So you can keep selling this all the way down. So every time you sell here, you must take profit quickly. Okay. So this can come down with an impulse like that. Okay. So this will be your 1. This will be your 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-wave move that is not forced, that follows the rules. I see a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s and corrective structures, and that is totally incorrect. And that is just something that will make you lose money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see internally here. So another corrective structure similar to this will just be giving you a 4 and then a 5, and then we'll be looking for the big move to the upside. But you need to be patient and you don't rush it. You need to time the entries. So this one looks very good. All right, that's US dollar JPY. Let's do pound JPY. But before I do pound JPY, let me do the rest of the yen pairs. CHF. Let's look at the CHF. So CHF I found very interesting. So continuing with our theme of having structures in different currencies doing exactly the same thing, I'm going to show you another one here. This is CHFJPY. Look at US dollar CAD, this side on the left, on the right hand side. That's on the daily. Right, you see the structures. Look at this one here. On the left hand side, you've got 1, 2, 3, and we expected this to give us a 1, 2, 3, and then a move to the upside, right? Similar to this 1, 2, 3, giving us WXY. Can you see that this did not happen? It did not happen. Look at on the side. Here we had a 1, 2, 3, and inside here you had a 3-wave structure. And after a corrective structure, what did we expect? We expected that this will go and give us this move, giving us a WXY. Did it happen? No. On both sides, it did not happen. But what is the interesting thing about this? The interesting thing about this is that the right-hand side has already completed the downside and then the upside. This one is only done the downside. So it still needs to go upside. How do we know that it's going to go up? Because this one has already done the exact same thing. So let's look at both structures and see what we expect. See, this one gave us a nice 3-wave structure like that, equal legs. And this one, we'll expect the same thing depending on where that reverses. And actually this should be, because the sequence is supposed to end here. This was the truncated ones, supposed to end there, and now you're going to be expecting this to reverse somewhere. When it does, you'll be expecting a move similar to that one. The same way that you had, see this one? The same way, this one you had this equal legs, and right at the equal legs, you see that you got that reversal. So you'd be expecting the same thing. you'll be expecting the same thing here. Okay? Clear? All right, so Swiss, at some point, you must start seeing a reversal. Let's go into it. Let's go for hour. You can see that the structure for Swiss is very slow now. It's not as fast. So at any point now, we are going to start seeing reversal on Swiss. That's the structure that we're looking at. So we should start seeing reversal there. Okay. We'll monitor this for reversal, and when we reverse, we're going to be looking for that big move that is similar to US dollar CAD. Okay. Right, that's Chief Euro JPY. EURJPY, I have to show you the daily again. Every week I show you why we are looking at this pair this way. Remember what I said? We had an impulsive move down, up, correction. Now you had this one. I said I am looking for a correction that is similar in size to this one. So that may give you that, and then a move up. Okay? So we'll be looking for this just to correct. We're not looking for downside. This is not going down as yet. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So we are looking for just a big correction. Let me show you something interesting. If you know anything about alternation, here's a good example. So here you see this correction starts very correctively and then impulse this side. Here this one starts impulsively and then you get your correction. So do not be surprised if after this correction this one does the opposite. That is what alternation is about. So you can have this one correcting, and this one was sharp, and this one maybe the slow one. And when it is slow, that's what we like, because we can forecast the entry clearly for a move up. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. All right, that's EURJPY. The rest of the yen pairs are not so interesting, but let's just go through them quickly. CAD, you've got 1, 2, 3 there. This one looks like it's making an impulsive move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't see here if it is broken. It is not broken, so that one can be actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. My mouse is misbehaving. 1, 2, 3. So you may get another one here that does this. So still continuation to the downside with the yen pairs, similar to what we're expecting on the US dollar JPY. AUDJPY. Similar, 1, 2, 3. Expect correction for further downside. All of them doing the same thing. That's Audi, New Zealand. Who have we done? New Zealand. Similar to New Zealand. So New Zealand is a little bit different because you have here, this was your impulse, and then this is correcting like this. 1, 2, 3. And then you'll expect 1, 2, 3 there. So what you have there is this possibly doing that before it goes up. And then in here will be a 1, 2, 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves, and all of it here is a simple A, B, C. All of this being the B wave. Okay, A, B, C, before you get a big move up. And higher degree here, this is your first A, this is your B. You see here, we just go with degrees and then you get your C. So we're still anticipating further down move to complete this one before we go back up. Right, so let's see how that plays out, but not very clear at the moment. That's all the yen pair. So the last yen pair we're going to do is pound JPY, and then we're going to do the pound pairs. Okay, so if you look at pound JPY, you can see the structure even on the daily that you've got an impulsive move down here. You've got an impulsive move down. If you've got an impulsive move down and a correction, what do you expect? Expect a move down. That's what we're expecting. Okay. All right, so now let's just focus right here. Let's see what we're going to be looking for our. Okay. So we had 1, 2, 3, and we had a correction 1, 2, 3. After that, we get an impulsive move down. Are we starting this one? Are we starting the yellow move? Impulse. Now you're getting a correction here. When you get this correction, you're going to take this back here to this level. If it goes all the way, then fine. But there's a possibility that it may come back. For this one, you're going to have to get another correction for a bigger one. This one is even better. A bigger one like this means you're going to get an even bigger downside. Okay? This will just take it to this level. Most likely it will reverse back for one before it goes down. Okay? Because this is a big move to the downside, we need a bigger correction. And the bigger the correction, the bigger the move. So simple like that. So in the next week, wait for this correction. Look out for this correction. If it breaks down, you're in the trade, minimum this level. That's pound JPY. Let's do the rest of the pound pairs. Pound chief. Okay, so two things with pound chief. You saw that I showed you there's a relationship in terms of structure between pound chief and New Zealand US dollar. Okay, there's a relationship with all the chief pairs as well. So I'm just gonna do this and put on the side AUDCHF. Because all the chief pairs that we're gonna look at are related to this one. They do the exact same thing. I've shown this last week. Look at this one. Ends with a diagonal. With a diagonal. This one ends with a diagonal. See, these are two different pairs. Obviously, here there's correlation because of the chief between all of them. I should have moved this one at least to the side here, so we can see it clearly. So you've got here, you've got that. You've got also this one here and this one there. But the one on the right-hand side has already completed a 1, a 2. It takes the top, you see here. When it breaks here, it goes back with a sharp impulse to go and retest. When it breaks here, it goes back with a sharp move to go and retest. This is what we've been saying the last couple of weeks. This move, you see here, this one has already completed those moves. It has already done those moves. So we'd be expecting that if this is going to follow this, it may do this first before it goes up for that move to the upside. Similar to this, see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But this one has already done this move to the downside, and we were just following this. Last week we were just following, last 3 weeks actually, we've been following this upside on all the chief pairs. Okay, and if I just bring up EUROCHF as well here on the side. You'll see that it is doing exactly the same thing. All the chief pairs, if I bring them, EUROCHF on the side, on the left, you see. So EUROCHF, similar. You have an ending diagonal there, ending diagonal there. What does it do after that? Breaks down, comes back with a sharp move. This one has not retested yet, but it looks like it is going now there. Okay? Has not retested. After that, we'll expect a move down, similar to what this one has done as well. And a move up, and a move up. So now let's just look at EUROCHF closely and see what we're looking at. Do you see that we had that correction now? So EUROCHF definitely upside. In the next week, buy EUROCHF because you're gonna get this move to the upside. It's already giving you a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're getting a 5 here. You need to get this fifth wave. So that's what you're looking for in the next week for EUROCHF. And all of the other EUROCHF chief pairs, they look exactly the same. All right, so let's go back to the pound. Pound CAD. Pound CAD looks upside, even if I'm just looking on the swing here. Break of this, you're going up. Okay, so I want to show you how interesting the market is. Let's do this again. See, it's all about correlations. So that's pound, CAD, and on this side, I'm going to bring out pound AUD. It's pound AUD. So right-hand side is pound AUD. Left-hand side is pound CAD. I'm going to go daily on both. Very interesting stuff. Can you see here that both of them had impulsive moves down? You had an impulsive move down. Where's my yellow color? It's clear. You had an impulsive move down like that, and after that you corrected with a 1, with a 2, with a 3. Similar here, you had an impulsive move down, you corrected with a 1, with a 2, with a 3. But the difference is that this one is only here, and this one has already completed a number of moves. So we are just going to be following this one. So what are we expecting on pound CAD? We're expecting that pound CAD will drop. Why will we expect a drop? Because we'll be expecting this move. You see. So we're expecting on this move on pound CAD. And another thing, if you look at the fibs here, I remember posting this pair last year around June. This pound AUD is saying that we're going to get a big drop when this breaks the top. You can see that it broke the top and then carried on up, right? But it was still within our rules. And let's just check that. Don't know if we still have that. Unfortunately, you have to see all of those stuff that is on there. Maybe if I can try to delete everything there. Let me delete. I want to delete everything on both sides. Right, everything is clean now. Right, so let's see where this one reversed. If we are projecting our blue box, it would have been this one here. And our blue box would have been between the 100% and the 1,23. See, it reversed within the blue box and we got this move back. Here, what is happening? This is where we are currently. Let's look where we can get the reversal there. Are we in the blue box yet? We are inside. So reversal imminent. See, this one on the 123.6, anywhere in between here, we'd expect a reversal. But right now, we're still getting a buy setup here, a push higher before we start getting this move down. We start getting this move down. It will happen. that's how the market moves. So this will be an almost impossible structure to happen for it to carry on to the upside like that. Okay, so but we'd never say impossible because the market always has other ideas. But as far as we know and understand structure, that move cannot happen to the upside. All right, so let's switch everything off. And it is showing currently that you will get some upside before we go down because of this. So up, and then we're going to start expecting this move. So whenever, you can see this one was not very straight and impulsive. Okay, it's impulsive, but it had quite a number of corrections in between. So we'll be expecting a similar move to the downside, similar to this. See the relationship between this. All right, so that's how we're going to be looking at this in the next week. So first, get a move quick, but you must take profits quickly when you buy this one here. Now look, pound in New Zealand. Back to one chart. I'm looking for pound in New Zealand now. All right, so pound in New Zealand, you can see at the top there, we've got a similar structure as pound Audi, and that's because we're expecting upside. And look at this interesting analysis here. I think I showed you this week. I showed you this week, last week. It's actually this one. This is the one that we showed last week. See here, this is what we bought. This is not my chart. It's one of the traders that attended the course last year in April. Also had no clue, but look at the type of charts he's sending now. This was 341 pips last week, 400 pips this week. We're still expecting it to come and retest the top. You see, they know what we're doing. We know that the guys know what they're doing. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We want this to come and retest the top there. Okay. Why do we want to retest the top? Because we've seen the exact same structure that does exactly the same thing. I can't help but keep showing you this relationship between these pairs. So on the right hand side here, you've got EUROCAD that has done the exact same structure that we're looking at on pound New Zealand. So pound New Zealand, I think if we go daily, okay, no, 4 hours fine. A bus pattern again. I'm gonna take it from here to there and just project it from here. Okay, I need to copy it. Copy, paste. What are we anticipating? We're anticipating this move. See, fits like a glove. Fits like a glove. So this has not completed yet, and it's giving us a buy structure, buy setup here. It's giving us a buy setup. Tell us that we still want to go up. So this is EUROCAD, this is pound in New Zealand. Absolutely no relationship between the two currencies, but you can see the structure is exactly the same. So we're looking for pound in New Zealand to go and tag the 2 area. Okay, so that's pound New Zealand. Let's go back to one chart. And we're still going to come to Euro New Zealand and show you how interesting that is as well. So that is your trade for the week ahead. Here it is, clear. I'll go to the 1 hour. That's what you're going to be trading next week to the upside. We're still 500 pips away from the target, looks. 198.2, basically 2. So that's where you're looking to go. Only when this breaks to the top, going to be coming to that level. Okay, I think that's all the pound pairs. Pound JPY, pound CHF, pound CAD. Did I miss any pair? Any pound pair? I think I've covered all the pound pairs. Pound Audi, pound New Zealand. Now let's do the euros. We'll start with EUROCAD. Euro pound. Yes, euro pound, euro pound. Let's do euro pound. Before we even start with euro pound, look at this long-term view on euro pound and look how far we've taken this one. So this one we sold it at 93. It actually pushed back up to the 93 area, and this is also a chart for the guy that I was telling you about, the guy who attended the class in April. We sold it here. It actually pushed beyond this. We sold it here. I'll show you where in that level on the chart here. Let's go to the daily. So you can see how powerful this is. Yes, Maxwell, market correlation is powerful. There's still a seminar that we're going to do in a premium group specifically for market correlation. It's part of the course as well. So you can see this is where the chart that I was showing you just now at 93. So we sold it here. So there's still this big sideways consolidation here, which we are looking at like this. Looks like we've got a 1, 2, not like that. We've got an impulse here. And looks like we've got another impulse here. And then after that impulse, we're getting this 1, 2, 3. There's a number of ways to look at this one. It's a little bit complex. And then this one. And if that is the one, then you're probably going to get this one like that. And then you get, let's see, that's the first one. Maybe this one gives us the last one like that. So that will give us W, that will give us X, that will give us Y. So we may be expecting that we get a move to the upside here to give us a Y for the move down, which will be this move. Should be that move. Okay. So we want it to go up first before it comes down. And that will be a 1, 2, 3 wave move before we come down. All right. So market correlation is not necessarily something that you can study. It's experience and understanding the relationship. And sometimes it's not even just market correlation, it's just fractals that happen in different pairs. And like I said, they're all driven by different, they're all driven by the same data. Well, so that's euro pound. So what are we anticipating in euro pound? So if you get a nice impulsive move here, look for upside. Not that big, at least to that level before we come back down. All right, so that's all the pound pairs. EUROCAD. So if you want to know how powerful wave analysis and structure is, you just have to look at this pair. 1, 2, 3 at the end. 1, 2, 3. And what have I been saying for the last couple of weeks? That when we tag here, we are expecting a move to the downside like that. And that will give us a big flat correction. Okay, nothing is confirmed yet, but we're already a couple of pips down If you look at this, that's already on the daily, already 250 pips, 50 pips down. Simply by tagging the top here, you see here, not just 3 pips, just 10 pips above the top. And that's not a problem. We're expected to do that. So now what you're going to wait for is a clear corrective structure on the lower time frame to confirm downside. That's how powerful this is. So we've been saying, keep buying the euro. You see here, I've shown this a couple of times here, that we actually had more than one position on EURCAD. We bought it when it was still right here at the bottom, and now we've had all that 800 pips to the top. You see, that was the first trade, and the second one, when it started playing out, we were only looking for buys on this, so it kept giving us buy opportunities. That's what happens when you know the trend. When you've got the trend identified, you make lots of money, because you don't just, I mean, on a trend like this, you don't just put on one trade. Let me show you how many trades you put in here on this swing alone. So you had this correction here. It's telling you that you are going to get upside, you're not going down. So you get an impulse, you get an entry point here with a stop loss here. When you get this correction here again, and then it moves to the upside, you move your stop, you take it here. Now you get this one here. Okay, when it moves to the upside, you move your stop, it comes back here, you've protected. Every single time you get something like this, you move your stop, you take a new trade. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and from here it actually moved 200 pips in one day. It's actually 2 days, 300 pips here in just a matter of 2 days. So you can imagine how many trades you have when you've got an uptrend. You don't just take one trade, because that's what we wait for. Imagine we wait here without really taking much trades. So we know when the impulse comes, we get rich. Okay? Because when the trend is up, you just wait for entry points. You just keep entering, protecting, entering, protecting. Okay, so that's EURCAD, Euro New Zealand. All right, so in Euro New Zealand, I'm going to look at it on the 4-hour. Euro New Zealand is quite interesting, because you've got 1, 2, 3 here. This is your impulse. And now you've got a correction here. And now you're getting this bigger correction here, like that. It looks like it's incomplete. Let's do it with a different color. You've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. And you're getting this SA1, 2, 3 as well. And all of this is nothing but a 1, 2, 3 in the higher degree. And this 3 seems to be incomplete. It seems like you're going to get a push higher to this level. So we need to keep an eye on this, so it can either come back and retest that top, or turn anyway. Wherever it turns, you're going to be in this trade. Okay, but I'm more inclined for it to go and retest there. So let's keep an eye on this one. All right. That's Euro New Zealand. EUROCHF, I think we already covered. I said buy EUROCHF. It's a good one to buy for next week. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're getting a 5 up to that level. That's your target. Wherever you enter, your target is there. If you're going to take it aggressively, your stop loss is there. If you're going to wait for a flag, your stop loss is there. Okay, there's not a signal. It's just my view on the pair. Use your own strategy. All right, so that's EUROCHF, EURCAD we looked at, EURAUD. Most of you who follow me remember that I posted a buy setup on EURAUD a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks back, where we were looking at this last piece as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're getting this one as a 5. Okay, so this is where we're trying to buy here. I wanted to buy when it made this move here. Okay, so it was not that the analysis was wrong, it was just the timing that was wrong. So you can see after that, moved a few pips in profit, came back down, and gave us this one. So it's doing nothing but giving us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we keep buying EURAUD, and there's a reason why we keep buying, because we understand that the trend is still nice and intact for upside. And this is the trend. I don't know if you can see it on the daily. I think I've shown this last week as well. You've got, there's a big parabolic move to the downside, swing low, impulse up, correction. So we are looking for this move to be similar to that. See, so we've got this one as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for this to be 1, 2, and then we're going to go for 3, 4, 5 as well. Let's clear it and draw it nicely. 1, running flat, zigzag, 5. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So similarly here, you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still buying this for a long time. With a big correction here in the middle, it's like a regular flat or an expanding flat. That's why we bullish EURAUD long term. Okay, so whatever it does, we're not worried about any other move except for upside, long term. All right, so that's EURAUD. I think that's all the Euro pairs. Look at some of the CAD pairs, New Zealand CAD. So New Zealand CAD, every week for the last 4 weeks, we've been ending with a move like this. Every time I do market analysis, this pair will be looking like exactly as it looks today. Exactly as it looks today. And let me just show you what it would look like every single time. You see, this is what it would look like. This was February 23rd. Every week on Sunday when we do analysis, you see here, this was on a Sunday, on a Sunday, on a Sunday. Every Sunday it does this, and you think that it made a daily reversal and now you're gonna get a move down. But every single time the market opens, you get upside. You get upside. You got upside. Let's just play it and see. You see that you get upside every single time. See here, down, but you got upside. Down, but you got upside. Down again today. But this time is a little bit different because it looks like you are getting a correction. So you may get a move to the downside. An even deeper move. Why would we look for a move like that? Let's look for on the weekly. There's a reason why we'll look at that like that. You've got a big correction here. So what we're looking for here is that this move started like this. This is the move that we're looking for. Okay, this move. So that move can either reverse here or can give us similar size to that. But if it does reverse and give us a correction, we're going to be looking for this move. We're going to be looking for this move here before it goes up. Okay, but for now, I'm still bullish this pair. I'm still bullish. But we're going to see what the market gives us in the week ahead. if it's going to give us a reversal here. Because this reversal can simply be a 1, 2, 3 pullback for further move up. As you can see here, you had this deeper one here for the upside. Okay, so that's New Zealand CAD, AUDCAD, I'm not going to do all the CAD pairs. So AUDCAD, similar to New Zealand CAD, you can see the big reversal. Look for something like this for continuation to the downside, minimum back to this level. That's AUDCAD. All right, so we didn't do silver and gold, so let's look at silver and gold. We'll look at commodities now. Gold and silver. So we're on the daily now. So you can see we're still in that theme on the US dollar pairs that all the US dollar pairs are just going sideways. They're not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to go 4 hour. So gold is a very interesting structure. But before I go into the 4 hour, let me show you the overall structure. The overall gold structure that I've been showing for months. We've got 1 and a big correction in the middle, 2, 3. After that, you get a 1, 2, 3. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for a similar structure, but now with a bigger correction. That's why I was looking for a bigger correction for another move like that, giving you a 3-wave structure, 3-wave structure, and a 3-wave structure like that. This is why we are bullish gold, but it doesn't mean that it will go now. Let's look at this piece now and see how this is going. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, so we're looking at that piece now. So we've got 1, 2, 3 waves there, and it looks like we're getting an X here, 1, 2, 3. Will this reverse here and give us another 3-wave structure to the downside? That remains to be seen. So the market will tell us when it opens, because right now we've got a W, and then we've got this X, which we've been trading in the week, this upside, double XY. Okay, so this can even come back here and retest the top. You can see most of us, this is another one of our traders. Let me show you his trade on gold. This one here. So this one was actually trading gold against the euro, gold euro. You can see this where we bought. Okay, currently somewhere around here now. Okay, let's go back. So the guys are doing very well. So we are here now. We need to see if this will give us a reversal. So if you're just looking at the trend lines, and trend lines doesn't mean anything, this is still within this channel. Okay, so there's nothing that stops this from reversing and give us another 3-wave structure that is similar to this with that one in between. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at. All right, silver. Silver is a very interesting one. We have that impulse. We have this impulsive move to the upside. And you've got another one down. And right now you're busy with this correction. So let's look at this correction. It's an impulsive move up. impulsive move up and a correction. 1, 2, 3. That is the first correction. And now it looks like it's giving us this one here. 1, 2, 3. So silver will possibly push higher for this one and give us, because this is W, this will be X, and then our Y will possibly be something like this. So which means at some point silver will give us this move. But for now, we're looking for a push higher on silver, similar to what we're looking at for on gold. So if silver ever comes back around the 16 area, if it ever comes back around the 16 area again, just keep buying it. Keep buying silver. And then if we get this structure, which is a WXY, 1, 2, 3 waves, then you're getting this 1, 2, 3 for a bigger move to the upside. So if ever we go around the 15 area as well on silver, okay, we must buy with a big lot size. Obviously, you need to do risk management and decide what you are prepared to lose should the trade not go your way. Okay, so this is the overall structure on silver. Impulse, 1, 2, 3. And now you're getting this one here. 1, 2, 3, before you get a move up. Okay, bigger structure. So this is why you're gonna have expected move down before you get a move up. That's gold and silver. And then oil. Let's look at oil. You're welcome, Ravi. You can send me a message. Let's look at oil. Oil is, we spoke about this 2 weeks back. We spoke about this move 2 weeks back to come and retest the top there. Okay, and why did we want to retest the top? Because we're looking at this as an A, B, C move. So, and we had this impulsive looking move here. 1, 2, 3. This one is 4, 5, and then we're getting an A, a B to come and retest the top, C. So sideways correction oil, I will expect a reversal around that area before we get a move further up. And if we're getting a further move up, then that move will possibly be similar in size to this one. Okay, so let's look how this one plays out. Very, very interesting, the market, when you know what you're doing. So that's oil. I think that covers all the commodities. Let's look at the cryptocurrencies. But before we do the cryptocurrencies, let's do the indices first. SPY. So if there's a better time to buy equities, is now. Shares and indices and those equities and shares, it is now, because you hardly ever get things like this. It's very difficult. It's not difficult. This is rare when you get a big correction on the indices like this. You see here, we started with a move down. Let me make it clear on the 4 hour. See the SPY, you see we've got an impulsive move down. Last week, we said we want to get a push higher to come and test the top. We didn't get the top. We didn't get to the top. Instead, it moved all the way down. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't change the structure in any way. What this does is simply that you're going to get a 1 pullback, and then you're going to get a move similar to this one. So in the next coming week, expect further downside for a move almost to this, similar to this one. Looking at the NASDAQ as well. Looking at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ last week we had broken this top. I said two things. If this corrects here at the top, it's new highs. But if we get an impulse and a correction, we're going back to retest the bottom here. As you can see, our traders have got this move here, almost 500 points down already up to this level. Took it here even before the gap. Okay, so that was a very nice one. So all the indices are doing the same. Facebook was 14% down last week. So it's one of the big drivers in this as well. That is SPY, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. Let's look at Nikkei because somebody requested it last time. Nikkei, it will be the same structure. You have an impulsive move down, a correction. Now you're getting this one to the downside. So you may get further downside for a move that is similar to this one, up to that level. So continuation, every time you get flex, you keep selling it up to that level. Similar length to that one. That is the Nikkei. You see they're all doing the same thing. Somebody also requested the Nifty, that is the Indian indice. Futures market. Let's do, okay, before we do that, let's do the FTSE. So you can see the FTSE is also doing the same thing. There is the UK 100. One correction, you're looking for this move. Okay, every correction like this one, you keep selling it up to that level. It will the indices market is not crashing, guys. It's just correcting. This is an opportunity to enter. Okay, even locally in South Africa, most of the stocks are down. So when you need to buy low, obviously. So when these things like this happens, there's an opportunity to buy long term. Okay, so where's my Nifty? I can't find my Nifty, Nikkei, DAX. Similar. Impulsive move down. Correction. You're waiting for the move down like that, similar to that. Then we'll update it as it goes. So that is DAX. Let me just type in Nifty there. Nifty 50. I don't know why I didn't add it to my watch list. Just to show you it's exactly the same as well. So when this happens, the stocks also follow suit. 1, 2, 3. Similar. So we're getting this here. So when that happens after that level, we're going to update because there are possibilities that could happen that we're going to get back up. Either it will go all the way from here or it will come back down. I'm more inclined for it to come back down first before it goes. So we're still going to be sideways for a while. And this is a good example of what happens to the stocks when the indices are down. They follow suit. They do exactly the same thing. I've got a guy in my group from India that I check his analysis on the India local stock market. Just to give you an example, this is Sun Pharmaceutical, just to show you that wave analysis works regardless of the market. So we have been anticipating a breakout on this one here. I think I still have the analysis. We've been anticipating. So you see here, it has not triggered our buy here. And we've been looking for it to, we'll be looking for it to enter when it breaks above this correction. Let's just show you the overall structure. This is Sun Pharmaceutical in India. So here you're getting a nice V pattern. And when this is complete, we're going to get a move up. We have not taken the trade yet because it is not confirmed. So we're going to wait for it to confirm. But there's still going to be further downside because the indices are going further down. But that doesn't change the structure. We know that we are waiting only for a buy to the upside when the indices recover. Okay. Right. So let's look at the cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market looks like we're still going to be sideways for a while when I look at all the cryptocurrencies. So here we had 1, 2, 3 waves, right? W, X, Y. And now it looks like we're getting a 1 and another 3 like that. And if this is the structure that we're getting, it means we're still going to go further down with the correction with the cryptocurrencies. Okay? Now let's look closely to where we are now, which is here. So if we get something like this, you're going to get something like that, come back down for a move like this, giving you a 3-wave structure like that, 1, 2, 3, for another move. You see all the possibilities on cryptocurrencies are showing downside long term for now. So there's no upside that I see here on the cryptocurrencies in the next coming trading days. So for a while, we're going to be sideways. So this is Bitcoin, and you'll see the rest of the cryptocurrencies that we're going to do here are just sideways, right? So the likely trade here on Bitcoin will be this one here, a break above this correction for a move at least minimum this level. It can even go back to that level, but minimum that level. It's a very short move. Okay, but if it finishes this correction and moves down, you can take this trade, minimum to this level, and then you're gonna wait for this impulse. And that impulse is not gonna go. It's still gonna correct like that. All right, looking at Litecoin. Litecoin. You can see similar. We have this move here that you can track in the weeks ahead. So you've got this one here, and you're getting this correct. This one is coming down correctively. That's why I'm expecting that we may have a 3 waves pullback for a further move to the downside. And then this one, this one, this one. So sideways for a while on the cryptocurrencies. Ethereum. Ethereum, you can see we've got that similar structure on all of them right at the bottom. Yes, all of them following the same thing. See here, may have a 3-wave pullback for a further move downside. This one has already broken the low, so which means the others may come and break the low as well. Ripple. Okay. Ripple, similar structure. 1, 2, 3. That's 1. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And you get this correction here, and then you're getting this. Getting this one here. So you may get a 3-wave pullback here for this one to complete this WXY. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. All the cryptos are following the same structure, sideways structure. So even if this one, you can see that it's just tested the top here. Even if it goes back and retest there, it's just correction. So further sideways and more downside on this. I've already done Ethereum, Mtunzi. You can just watch it. All right, so that's all that I wanted to cover today. I see Ravi wants TRX US dollar. I'm gonna do it after I've stopped the recording. I don't want it to be too long. So just stay on for a while. I'm gonna do that one for you. All right, thank you very much for attending. I see we were not live on YouTube, so we're gonna upload this one. Have a great trading week ahead. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great week ahead. Cheers. Bye-bye.